Hello there and welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video I'm going to be talking about and reacting to some of the stuff that we got from the big Disney Investors Meeting 2020, and specifically the stuff that we got from Lucasfilm. I already kind of did a live reaction video. It just so happened that while I was playing Cyberpunk 2077, the big news dropped and someone kind of made me aware of that in the chat, and I looked it up immediately. So that video is already up on the channel if you want to watch my live reaction to the news and me just reading through the list of stuff that we are getting for Star Wars and from Lucasfilm. Really, really exciting stuff. But what I'm going to be doing in this one is then reacting to some of the videos that they also released. Just a few of them. One for The Bad Batch, another one for Cassian Andor, and then there was also one that Patty Jenkins kind of released for her Rogue Squadron upcoming movie that she's going to do. Really, really excited by all of these big projects that they're getting into now and expanding the galaxy, expanding the universe, the stories, everything. And as I said, I already kind of broke it all down and talked about it in the live reaction video. So once again, if you want to hear my thoughts on every little project, then you can go and watch that one. But now I think I'm going to start out with, The Bad Batch and watch the sizzle reel video for that. So yeah, I'm going to jump into that now and then talk a little bit about it afterwards, then watch the other ones and talk about it. And then I'm going to do another separate video after this one where I'm talking about the Marvel news that we also got from the Disney Investors Meeting, because there's also a lot to get into there. And I didn't do any live reaction for that. So that's just going to be me reacting to all of it as I kind of go through it and I see what kind of projects they have announced and also the videos. Anywho, Bad Batch. Here we go.
They call themselves the Bad Batch.
Nice. Oof. Continuing with the art style from Clone Wars. Yes!
The Republic will be reorganized into the First Galactic Empire!
Chills. The...
That was quite an impressive display.
Tarkin! Oh, and with the... Okay, yeah. Turning into the Bad Batch logo. Damn, alright. Okay, so they actually showed us a lot in that sizzle reel or trailer, I would call it. Whoa, I did not really expect to see that much. And the fact that they're continuing, as I said, with the Clone Wars animation style, I think, yeah, that fits perfectly, especially if this is supposed to be a direct continuation of that storyline from Clone Wars with the Bad Batch and what's going to happen to these guys after Order 66. And we got a little bit of Order 66 in the actual trailer with the line from Revenge of the Sith from Ian McDiarmid, and they just used that. And then we saw some shots of like them getting into altercations with other clones, but we also saw Tarkin talking to them and like they're working for him. So are they still working for the Empire, or are they gonna break off from the Empire? What was their role really in Order 66? Did they attack any of the Jedis? Did they even have the chip implanted now that like we know that they are different from all the other clones? So damn, a lot to get into with that series. And I love that they are already able to show us this much. And I'm sure like they've produced or animated many of these episodes beforehand. I don't know exactly when we're going to be getting it, but I would bet good money that we're getting it sooner rather than later. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm probably going to do reactions on this channel, just like I did for Clone Wars Season 7, where we got introduced to the Bad Batch. Whew, so yeah, that was the Bad Batch. Really enjoy that one. And now we're going to get into Cassian Andor. That's really exciting as well, because... yeah, when that series is taking place in that time period between episodes 3 and 4, there's a lot to get into with the formation of the Rebel Alliance. We know Mon Mothma is going to be in that show. Are we going to see some things from the Imperial perspective as well? How much are we actually going to focus on Cassian Andor specifically and his relationship to K2SO? I'm very much looking forward to seeing those two again and their chemistry. But I would love for the series to go in different directions and for it to focus on more characters than just Cassian Andor. But yeah, we'll see. Let's get into the trailer. Yavin.
Everything I did for the rebellion.
Getting some shots from Rogue One, which makes sense. I don't think they've filmed a lot.
It's a film that connected new audiences with the oldest fans. It was a bittersweet feeling, you know, in the premiere, knowing that it was just one film. But then magic happens, right? As you can see, we're getting ready. We're building stages, we're rehearsing, we're training, we're trying costumes, we're doing everything to make sure we do the best show.
Yes.
I'm really excited having the chance to explore Cassian. It's really fun to go on a set.
I love his enthusiasm.
Something you like so much.
The enormity of this is like doing a big feature film.
It's very cinematic. For me, that's where the excitement is.
12 episodes, 12 scripts, over 200 named cast members, over
Damn.
6,000 crowd people, a lot of creatures that come in from the creature department.
Big production.
This exactly like we would have filmed. There is no difference in our approach.
Every creature and droid that we've been building has the same care, level of attention to detail as the previous films.
It's huge, it's thrilling, but also
Damn,
it's
a lot of
also
sets.
challenging.
And they're using the
Tons of
dome as well.
possibilities to explore. It is the building of a revolution.
Nice concept art. All right. Looks like it is going to be kind of like I said, focusing on the formation of the rebellion and a lot of different characters. They even mentioned many cast members. Of course, they couldn't show us a lot from like the actual series because they haven't really shot any of it. They're still just in production, as we saw, like the sets, the costumes, all the stuff that goes into this production, and they're treating it like a movie, which is, you kind of get the same feel from The Mandalorian as well. And I also quickly mentioned, it seems like they're also using, you know, the dome that they're using in The Mandalorian with the LED screens around it, where they can, it works better, I think, than green screen, or it can definitely do a lot that green screen can't, and you still need to use green screen for some stuff, for some shots, I'm certain, and they're building a lot of sets. I'm kind of repeating myself here, but it looks really cool, and I am definitely looking forward to that as well. And it is good to see Diego Luna back in that role, and especially because like he loves that role, and he loved what they did in Rogue One. He has a huge connection to that, and his enthusiasm really sells it, as I also said. So that was Cassian Andor. And now we're going to have a quick look at Rogue Squadron by Patty Jenkins. I'm expecting another behind-the-scenes thing here, because surely they haven't shot anything. And as far as I know, the movie won't come out until 2023. So it's a few years down the road. And hopefully we can actually see it in theaters at that point. Anywho, let's check it out.
I love to move fast and speed of any kind. I think that that's because I grew up the daughter of a great fighter pilot.
Yes.
Every day I would wake up and go outside and look up, see my father and his squadron taking off in their F-4s, roaring across the sky, and it was the most thrilling thing still I've experienced in my entire life. So when he lost his life in service to this country,
Oh.
it ignited a desire in me to turn all of that tragedy and thrill into one day making the greatest fighter pilot movie of all time. But try as I might and look as I did, I couldn't find the right story ever. I kept looking and looking, but I just couldn't find the right one until now.
What is she putting
Now I
on?
found a movie about two things I love, so I'm going to see you very soon.
Of course. That perfect story is Rogue Squadron. Yes, please. Oh, and she got her own little X-Wing there. Perfect. Not little, but, you know. Nice. Okay, okay. Kind of what I expected to see there, but also very, very cool. And we got to hear Paddy talking about her father being a fighter pilot as well. I actually did not know that he lost his life in service to his country. So yeah, rest in peace there. I think it's really interesting to know that she's been then looking for the perfect story to tell about fighter pilots and how it is to be in that environment, so to say. And she found that then in Rogue Squadron. Rogue Squadron, actually, it means a lot to me personally, because of some of the games, some old games, and the game Rogue Squadron specifically, I played many years ago. And I also mentioned this during my live reaction to all of this, that it was my favorite game for a while when I was a kid, and I could just play it over and over and over again. And I always dreamt of seeing something like a Rogue Squadron movie or a series. And the fact that we're getting it now, that's really exciting. I'm curious about when this is going to take place. Is it going to be like between episodes 3 and 4, or is it going to be after Return of the Jedi maybe, or during the original trilogy? Like Rogue Squadron, they did a lot. They were very active, and led by Wedge Antilles for a lot of the time there. And there are many like novels and comics about them. There's quite a lot to get into with Rogue Squadron. So, as I said, very much looking forward to this movie by Patty Jenkins, whom I also think is a very, very talented director. And, of course, with Wonder Woman, looking forward to the next Wonder Woman as well. A lot to get into, and some of the other projects that we are getting. I did mention them, of course, during the live reaction, but just reiterating the Taika Waititi film. We don't know much about it, but holy shit, I'm looking forward to that as well. He's such a talented guy, Taika, and you never know exactly what he's going to do, but you can bet that it's going to be unique, definitely. And then we have a really big one, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that we've all been looking forward to, and that we've all kind of wanted for a long time to see Ewan McGregor back in that role. And someone who's also returning is Hayden Christensen. Not as Anakin Skywalker per se, but as Darth Vader. So he's going to be in the suit most of the time, I think. And if they take off, or if they choose for Vader to take off his helmet during that series, or for it to be maybe destroyed in a duel with Obi-Wan, and then we can see Hayden underneath with a lot of makeup done. I'm sure as well. He's not going to look like he did in the prequel trilogy. He kind of got barbecued at the end. And I think it makes perfect sense that Obi-Wan is going to go up against Vader one more time before we see their final confrontation in A New Hope. Because there's some lines in the original trilogy. For example, the line that Vader says to Luke. Obi-Wan once thought as you do, or as you did, with regards to him being that you can save him and there's still some good in him. And we haven't seen that. So Obi-Wan going out looking for Vader, trying to save him or trying to correct his mistake, maybe even. I'm sure that's going to make a lot of sense. And it's going to draw a lot of people in with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader once again on the big screen. I was about to say this time on the small screen, but yeah, as a Disney Plus limited series. Looking so much forward to that. Ahsoka, obviously, we're getting that, and also something called Rangers of the New Republic. Those two series are going to tie into The Mandalorian, and all three of them are going to end in a big cinematic event or a climactic event. I don't know if it's going to be cinematic or if they're going to do a movie or how they're going to end it, but it's going to be climactic. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe Thrawn is then going to be the big overarching villain for all three series. That's really interesting as well. Lando, I did not expect a Lando series. I'm sure Donald Glover is gonna reprise that role, and then we're gonna see what that series is gonna be about. If it's gonna happen before Solo, after Solo, the movie. Yeah, that's also very interesting. Andor, I've already talked about. Then we got The Acolyte. At first, when I saw that title, I thought maybe is this the series where we're gonna get more into the underworld and Maul and Crimson Dawn? But nope, this one takes place at the end of the High Republic. So it's many years before all the movies and all the events that we've seen so far. That's extremely interesting. It does look like it's going to have maybe something to do with Sith. Are we going to get like the Rule of Two, Darth Bane? Like what are they doing here? That's also extremely intriguing. And then, yeah, the Bad Batch, talked about that. Visions, very interesting as well. I know I'm using that word a lot, but it really is. With they're bringing in like 10 different Japanese animation studios or anime studios, and they're going to create some unique stories there in anime. So that's also very interesting. Something called a Droid Story 2. Maybe that's going to be more geared towards children, with R2D2, C-3PO coming back and introducing another new character, another new droid character. And then just on the Lucasfilm side of things, just overall, we got Indiana Jones 5 by James Mangold with Harrison Ford back in the role. Willow, and then another new project. What was it called? Children of Blood and Bone. That's also very intriguing. So all in all, damn, yeah, Lucasfilm. They just a lot of news, a lot of news, a lot of stuff in the pipeline. And I'm looking so much forward to this, as I'm sure many of you are, both with the Star Wars stuff and just Lucasfilm in general. Whew, that was a lot, and I'm sure I'm going to have more to say about it in future videos and Mandalorian reactions, all of that. But I'm going to end this one here. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Bye.